Hi, and welcome again to Steady Growth Academy, where potentials are unlocked. Just last week, we treated self-appraisal, which we consider testing ourselves privately before going to the place of public opinion. It helps us get to that place spotless. It helps us match with the trend of the public opinion. My name is Dr. Uchenna Tabo Onyelofo. Today we'll be looking at the place of developing others. Maimonides said in one of his books that the grave is the greatest and richest place in the world. The graveyard is the richest and the greatest place in the world because it houses a lot of unused talents and potentials. Those potentials, if offloaded by handing down what they carry to others, would have changed humanity better. And the reason for that inability may be not far-fetched. It may be resulting from ignorance on the implication of not handing down. It may be procrastination. It may be deliberate refusal to impact another, or to even be impacted, or just complacency. This is important because it takes both the teacher and the learner to transfer knowledge. In 1989, I strolled into a family in Enugu. My friend took me to her great-grandmother's room for introduction. When I was introduced by my larger family name, which I bear till date, the then non-Nigerian requested to know the immediate family or immediate name of the member of the immediate family of the larger family I was talking about. When I told her, the subsequent excitement is better imagined. Her story. In the year after influenza, I guess maybe 1918 or 1920, as a glittering maiden, she got married to a fine young man from a nearby village. In no time, a strange ailment suddenly struck her, that the young man, after about 3-4 years, could no longer cope. For me, it can be considered all the symptoms of HIV today. The sickness lasted with its stubbornness that the young man simply returned her home and took another wife. The family gathered because they too were tired to take her to the forbidden forest, what they call evil forest, where she will remain alone and die. Coincidentally, my grandfather was on his way to the church. On sighting the unusual gathering, he branched to know what was happening. After seeing and listening to their story, he requested that they should take the woman to his house, and he proceeded to the church. According to the woman, my grandfather, on return from the church, went behind our house, cut some leaves, mashed it, and gave her to drink. The next morning, the woman walked home strong. A woman that has not eaten for weeks ate roasted yam in the morning in our house. After about 3 years, my friend's grandfather came to ask for her hand in marriage. She married again. The woman continued, I have never seen anybody that understood herbs and farming like Jacob Okonta. His extraordinary exploits keeps people dumbfounded in his time. He kept people dumbfounded in his time. I was so amazed. I only knew him as the great farmer with a field as a barn. I was privileged to meet him in the mid-60s when we ran to the village because of the Biafra Civil War. He took me to the farms once in a while. On one occasion when we were confronted by a wild beast, he simply grabbed my hand, cut a plant, chewed it, and gave me some to chew. The beast simply walked away. We didn't run for the beast, but it was a very huge. I can't describe the beast now. Then that part of the forest were littered with wild animals. On another occasion, we got to the farm. It's so early in the dark, and commenced serious clearing without food till late in the evening. He always gave me some leaf to chew to prevent hunger, and I tell you, we weren't hungry till evening. And many other exploits. Still in that excitement, the woman asked me, "Did your grandfather hand down any of those therapies to any of you?" When I responded in the negative, the woman busted into tears. That was when I realized what people missed in the natural therapy, or what they still miss in natural therapy with herbs in the area of healing for humanity. We missed it because my father went for Western education, maybe for all of the above. I was less than 5 years old, so fully exonerated. Maybe I would have been one of those, I wouldn't have even gone to the university, to go and do what in the university, when I'll be giving humanity help, than people that went to university. Anyway, it's all good. My grandfather refused leaving his house during the Biafran War until the Nigerian soldiers got to our place, and they asked him, "Baba, we can't do anything to you now. And they took him to the nearby village when he insisted. The good news is that the man died at 100 and almost 15 years. We lost a great gift that we could have modified for betterment for humanity. In the world of humans and animals, only man has been accused of neglecting this aspect of life, because other animals rely on it for their survival. So they are handed down properly. Imagine if Elijah departed without handing virtues to Elisha. We owe the transfer of our gift and virtues to the next generation. Family gifts should be generational. No doubt, it requires the collaboration and the interest of the reluctant learner or learning party. Because we know the consequences of not extending it to the next generation, we have to, at times, enforce it. We have to enforce it. In 2 Kings, Elisha sought after a double portion of Elijah's virtue. He got it. While Gehazi exchanged his in the altar of swindle and greed. In the same 2 Kings 5, it is therefore very important not to allow the training of the young ones. That's your responsibility in the decision of when to be interested, if possible. Imagine if Gehazi had a double portion of Elijah, or that Elijah didn't push him out and compelled him and treated him the way he said and still held him down. Also, some men may not know their time of transition. It can be at the very good old age. That's our prayers. Anyhow, let us share knowledge as soon as we have them. Shared knowledge is a seed that stands the test of time. It transits from generation to generation. This does not mean sharing all your keys to the stranger, or even team, but to your successors or those serious-minded ones. Jesus Christ trained all his apostles. But to Peter he said, you are rock, and upon you I will build my church. That's the Matthew 6:18. Successors in this contest must not be your child only. It may not be just your child. It extends to those that you trust enough, those who understand the value and have the capacity to also extend knowledge. We have treated giving in one of our nuggets in the quest to unlocking potentials. Developing others is a kind of giving. Somebody developed you, why not extend same to others? Developing others should be prominent in our list of accomplishments. God will give us understanding. Thank you. Like we always appeal, subscribe to our YouTube channels, follow us on social media platforms. Not because of you. We know you don't need what we are talking about, but there are people that need them. Some of you are president of their town unions. Push this in the WhatsApp group of your town union. The impact it will make, you will be shocked. Thank you very much. See you next week.